What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are on a very special e-bike, the Ghostcat F3 1500 watt Pro, nominal 1500 watt motor, peaking at over 2000 watts, giving you over 140 newton meters of torque at a very good price. And by the way, I do have a discount code available, and to get the most up-to-date price on this bike, check the link in the description below. Sometimes it does go on sale, and you can stack that sale price with my code and get a really good priced, very fast e-bike. This bike actually climbs the steep hill climb test pretty much as fast, maybe almost as fast, as some dual motor bikes that I've tested. That's kind of insane. All right, guys, steep hill climb test. Here we go. Throttle only, 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, check that out. 13 miles an hour, easy. And that's thanks to that high torque motor that Ghostcat has put on this bike. And now that you guys saw the steep hill climb test footage, we're gonna head right over to our top speed testing site, which is where I'm really starting the video, because I want to save as much voltage, as much battery as possible to see if I can get this bike to 35 miles an hour. The F2.2 did get to 34 miles an hour for me, but it was a little bit colder, and I did do a little bit of riding before that. I really want this bike to hit 35. I think we can do it. So what we're going to do is pedal up to speed and then see where the throttle takes us. And we're going to do this stretch of road both ways. Here we go. Pedaling. This bike ghost pedals at just about 30 miles an hour. And now we're going to tuck down, see where we go. 32. Speedometer is showing 30. All right, we're at 33. Holding 33. Okay. 33 miles an hour one way. Let's see how we do on the way back. Here we go. Pedal up to speed. 33, 34. 35, okay. Can we get 36? 35 on the speedometer. All right, so we hit 34 going one way, 35 going another way. So this bike will give you 34, 35 miles an hour. If you're a lighter rider and maybe if it is warmer, currently it's 65 degrees and sunny, maybe you'll get to 35, 36, but that's pretty respectable for two reasons. Number one, that's pretty fast for an e-bike. I've gotten some 60 volt e-bikes with bigger wheels, which means it's easier for that motor to take the bike to a higher speed than with smaller wheels. I've only gotten those to like 36, 37. And considering this is A, 52 volts, B, it has smaller wheels and it already goes almost 35, that's kind of impressive. And the third and final reason I think that's impressive is that this also gives you a lot of torque. It is a high torque motor, so you're going to easily climb up a lot of hills. No problems at all. The 0 to 20 time is probably going to be the same as the F2.2 Pro, which had the same exact drivetrain. I'll show you guys a clip right now of the 0 to 20 test from that video. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right. Let's do a quick 20 mile an hour brake test. So, I actually had to feather the front brake because the front brake is so strong, I would have lifted the rear wheel up, and it did lift up. If you notice, my whole bike is sideways. That's because the bike lifted up and went sideways. So, guys, you got to be super careful when you're stopping this bike. The front brakes are very grabby. They're very strong. You can make that a little bit better by increasing the compression in the front fork, and that'll make it so the bike has less lean. It'll be less likely to lift the rear wheel up, but just keep that in mind. These are some insanely strong brakes. This bike has had a few upgrades since the last review of the previous model, the F2.2 Pro. What we're going to do now is pull over and go over the specs and components of this bike, and we're going to talk about those upgrades. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the specs and components of this bike. We're going to start at the top. So up here we've got nice looking rubberized handlebar grips, and these are new and upgraded from the previous model. Hydraulic disc brake levers, control panel, and a new and upgraded color display. 7-speed Shimano shifter, and a full twist throttle with a horn. That thing is pretty loud. Ghostcat also did improve the handlebar area by giving you guys this stem riser right here. Moving on down, we've got the high travel suspension fork with a preload and compression adjustment. Big bright headlight, which lights up even during the daytime. I can still see this light very clearly. You also get a rear light in the back, which does function as a brake light. And with this bike, you get a front and a rear plastic fender. Front fender is very stable, no wobble in there whatsoever. And that is an upgrade from the previous model. And they really listen to you guys, they watch the reviews, and they make sure they make the necessary upgrades to give you guys a really good product. Little touches like that of fixing the front fender wobble all add up to a great experience, and I do appreciate that they're listening. You have the giant 203mm brake rotors with the quad piston calipers, which you get in the front and in the rear. For tires, we get 20x4-inch Chow Yang Big Daddy tires. I mean, who doesn't want their tires to be named Big Daddy? So what I like about the frame of this bike is that it is on the smaller side. It's easy to reach the ground with your feet. If you're well over 6 foot, this bike will feel a little bit on the smaller side, especially if you're going to be pedaling it. But if you're closer to the average height, this bike is going to be a great size for you. Now, my particular bike does have the custom-made Tapia seat, which is pretty easy to install. I'm going to leave you guys an installation link in the description of this video. This seat is extra comfortable, and it does extend all the way out to the front of the frame, whereas the stock seat stops somewhere around here. So if you're going to be doing a lot of riding, some long rides, this might be the seat you want to get, and it does make the bike look a lot better. Everything on this seat is high quality, the stitching is high quality, feels high quality, and this seat in combination with the rear suspension makes for such a soft ride. It's one of the softest rides I've ever been on any e-bike before. Here's a frame bag that comes with every single bike. You guys can throw in your wallet, keys, cell phone, whatever else you want in here. This is a nice little addition to the frame. Moving on down, we've got the 20 amp hour, 52 volt, and UL certified battery right over here. It's got the on-off switch, charge port, and a USB port. And a button right up here to show you how much charge is left. On the previous model, the controller box was right here. Now it is moved to underneath the seat, which is going to give you a lot more space in the center battery area of this bike. You also get a Class 2 sticker to make sure that everyone knows this bike comes stock at Class 2, which is limited at 20 miles an hour. Controller is mounted underneath the seat of the bike, and it does have some ventilation holes to make sure that controller can breathe. This controller pumps out 40 amps of current, which means that this extra high torque XOFO motor can pump out over 2,000 watts. And this, by the way, is a 1,500 watt nominal rated motor. And for rear suspension, you get this Burner RCP2S made by D&M. This thing has a ton of travel. And this rear suspension is fully adjustable with compression up top and a rebound adjustment right there. This kickstand used to be up here. Now it's moved back here to make sure the pedals do not get in the way of the kickstand. Another upgrade, now this bike comes with 2 chainring guards, and this looks like a medium-sized chainring. You get a 7-speed transmission with a Shimano Altus derailleur and a derailleur guard. The back of the frame also does have these foldable foot pegs. You also get metal pedals, and you also do get a 1-year warranty on all major non-wear components. The color bike I have right now is obviously the black and white option, but this bike also comes in a blackout color, black and red, black and hot pink, and black and stainless steel. I think that last one is going to look really nice. And by the way, if you do live in Canada, Australia, or Hawaii, you are able to get this bike. GhostCat has partnered with a dealer in Hawaii, so you're able to get this bike over there. And GhostCat also does ship out to Australia, the UK, and Canada. Yeah, so whatever bumps I feel on this road right now, they're almost non-existent. The suspension will just eat everything up. Let's try the sidewalk of doom. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're just floating. All these bumps might as well not even exist. Checking out the different pedal assist levels. Pedal assist level 1 will give you just about 20 miles an hour. Pedal assist level 2 will give you about 25 miles an hour. And if you notice right here, I'm pretty much ghost pedaling at this point, so I would say this bike ghost pedals between 25 and 30 miles an hour, depending on how fast you want to move your legs. Level 3 will give us just about 30 miles an hour. If you notice, I was using the throttle because the pedal assist and the throttle have the same limit. Level 4 will give us, looks like we're topping off at about 33 miles an hour, 32. And level 5, of course, will take you all the way up to about 35 miles an hour. It's not the most comfortable bike to pedal because your knees do go up quite a bit, when you're pedaling, but in my opinion, I don't really think this bike is designed to be pedaled. So the suspension on this bike and the geometry make it so maneuverable. I like to think this bike is kind of like a baby budget Sur-Ron. You could just throw this thing around. So easy. Curbs almost don't even exist. Dropping off the curb and going up the curb is no sweat. You barely feel the curb at all compared to some other e-bikes. Talking about the contact points of this bike, obviously the seat is an upgraded Tapia seat that feels amazing. Very luxurious feeling, nice and comfortable, nice and soft seat, looks great, feels great. Metal pedals feel great, they are more durable as well. This bike gives you rounded handlebar grips, which is good for more aggressive riding, and a very nice full twist throttle. Talking about the electronics on this bike, the color display looks great, gives you all the information you need. It gives you your voltage, it gives you how many watts you're pulling, gives you your speed, it gives you your distance, your pedal assist level. Nice clean looking display. The horn is actually very loud for a horn. Some horns I test on e-bikes are on the quieter side. This one is kind of loud, I'm not gonna lie. It does take some getting used to the front brake being in the right-hand side and the rear brake being on the left. But after a while, you do get used to it. That's it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about the ghostcat F3. Is this a bike you would buy? Why or why not? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the current price of this bike, listed in the link in the description below. And use my coupon code, and you might be able to save a lot of money, especially if this bike ends up being on sale. And before you click off this video, make sure you smash that subscribe button, like the video, and check me out on social media. I am on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and I have 2 Facebook groups, E-Bike Addicts and High Speed E-Bikes, 40 miles an hour and up. That's it for today, folks. Until next time.